He weighs like 180.
Mark Zuckerberg, 154 pounds at 5'7".
A little weight difference going on. Have you seen Zuckerberg's jiu-jitsu game?
He's good. I mean, he went into his first tournament. He did both gi and no gi. He ended up taking both.
You don't think he paid these guys to lose? Yeah, these guys going to have their avatars fight each other or something? I don't know who would win in this. You know, like I said, I don't really know of any physical stuff from Elon Musk.
Even though Zuck has shown the proof, for some reason, I feel like Elon's going to have something in his back pocket, you know?
Maybe he's been fighting the whole time. All right, so we got Elon Musk, right? Challenging Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg.
And then what did Zuckerberg say back?
Send me location.
Send location.
Damn.
Send me location.
What's going to happen?
Well, Elon Musk is like 6'1", I think we're seeing here. 85 kilos. What's 85 kilos, guys? 85 times 2.2.
8,000 pounds.
He weighs like 180.
180, okay.
But it does look like he bulked up a while back, but I think he has lost some of that.
Okay. Mark Zuckerberg is 5'7". Okay.
Oh,
and
I thought Zuckerberg was a little taller than that.
Me too.
Well, yeah, the internet says that he's okay. Well, there's different shit.
Uh-oh. Controversy.
Shit. Mark Zuckerberg, 154 pounds at 5'7".
Oh,
that's what we're seeing right now.
Okay.
Okay. A little weight difference going on.
Elon Musk is African.
That's true. So you're voting for him, rooting for him.
Why would you think that? I'm just putting out that he's African. I didn't insinuate anything with that. You have a problem.
I do. I got many problems. We don't have a show long enough to cover it all.
But hey, growing up in South Africa, maybe it was grew up hard. So that might give him a little bit up on Mark, but Mark's been fighting.
Yeah, Mark has been. I think he's been like athletic most of his life. Don't let the red hair fool you. The red hair and the super white complexion. It's not always the making of the greatest athlete of all time. But in his case, he's been doing stuff for a long time. I remember hearing him on Rogan not too long ago talking about how he played 3 different sports and he wishes that wrestling was one of them, but he was a nerd and he chose fencing instead. But fencing, I don't know anything about fencing, but that's got to be physical too.
Reflexes.
Right?
Fencing is like, if you watch people fence, like, yeah, it might look, no,
Yeah.
right? But like the having to dodge and shit, that takes a lot of athleticism.
And then have you seen much of Zuckerberg's jiu-jitsu game?
He's good. I mean, he went into his first tournament. I think he took it both. He did both gi and no gi. He ended up taking both. So we at least know that
he's just getting started with that, right? He's probably a white belt.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
But like this guy looks like he definitely knows how to learn. So with that, like you saw that post of him training with Mikey Musumeci a little bit. I guarantee he's probably paying grapplers and fighters to do privates with him.
I mean, you don't think he paid these guys to lose? I mean, he could be like, listen, man, 500,000. You don't ever talk about this.
Hey, that's
and he's so rich that he doesn't even have to ask. He could have somebody else ask for it. Like, sign right here.
Yeah.
500K?
Yo, he could do that.
Would you mysteriously get thrown into an arm bar? How much would it take? Like, wow, that was a weird match.
If I knew it was Mark Zuckerberg, I'd be like, give me $4 million.
Yeah,
because that's I'm 250. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go through embarrassment, I might as well have some life-changing money.
And then what would your excuse be on why you lost? Because you can't talk about the money.
I'd just say that maybe I had a stomach ache. I couldn't move well.
Like, he was too many onions.
He was there you go. He was a shifty 5'7", what was his weight? I forgot his weight already.
It said like 150 something.
Yeah, 150 pounder.
And we're not aware of any of this kind of training from Elon Musk, right?
Nope.
Unless he's doing really good of keeping it off the internet.
I wonder if there's like some kids from back in the day that like grew up with Elon, if they're like, yup, he's going to fuck up Mark Zuckerberg bad. Because maybe Elon in a previous life was known as being a badass or something. Who knows?
I feel like he's... Go ahead, Andrew.
No, I was going to say, this is the only thing I can find as far as like fight-related stuff. Let me pull this up. And this is from when he was talking to Joe Rogan. So let's see here.
Guy. And he apparently, according to him, he had some match with a world champion sumo wrestler back in the day for fun, and he fucked his neck up, like throwing this guy outside of the ring. But he actually defeated some world champion sumo wrestler.
What?
Now, if anybody else who is a billionaire
about
told me
Putin
that,
or
I'm
something?
like, fuck
Talking about-
you.
No,
Yeah,
he's
Richard
talking about
Branson.
But
Musk.
he's not a liar.
Elon
and
Musk.
He's also, he's so fucking smart, he might be able to figure out how to do it.
Dude. See, I think he's too smart to like just put something
Yeah.
out there and have nothing to back it up. You know, not everyone puts all their shit out there.
Yeah, he might have a good mean streak in him too. I don't know.
Oh, easily.
Right?
Easily. One thing I think though, y'all remember the Matrix when Neo was plugged in and then like
Yeah.
he's like, I know jujitsu. Maybe Neuralink is at a point that we don't realize yet. And maybe
All I gotta do is download it.
maybe he's gonna be able to, because we know this guy's like definitely plugged some shit up and
Yeah.
like been like I gotta figure out how this works.
Yeah, are these guys gonna have their avatars fight each other or something, like in a VR world or something?
Yeah. Zuck's been doing a bunch of VR shit, so maybe.
I saw like a latest Black Mirror. It was pretty cool. Have you guys?
I have not. I
New
want
seasons
to.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 new episodes.
Boy, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
That's really cool. But anyway, they have a I won't give away the thing, but they have these guys that are going. They're on a space mission. They're astronauts, and they have an avatar that lives on Earth, and they get to kind of like come back home, back and forth.
Yeah.
And so maybe who knows with these two, you know, like maybe they already have a walking around avatar or some shit.
Yo, y'all remember the last season of Black Mirror? Maybe it was 2 seasons ago when it was like the two best friends. I'm gonna ruin this one for anybody who hasn't watched it. But the two best friends, right? They were
I
homies.
finally just saw that one. I saw it on the plane because my wife had some Black Mirror downloaded on her phone, and I was like, "This is the one Nsima's been telling me about forever."
Yeah.
Man, that was awkward.
So wait, how did it, because you remember it better than I did. How did it end? Because did they end up kissing in real life? And they're like, nah, dog, this isn't it.
Yeah, but the one guy's like still wanted to do it.
But they fucked in VR.
Oh yeah,
Many times.
What? Yeah. One
So-
guy was the female avatar.
Yeah. So what ended up happening is that the one that was married. So the rapper Papa Doc, right?
Yeah.
So the fucking Avenger. He ended up having an agreement with his wife, so she would get to go out and he would get to go play video games with his boy, and he'd
just
have
playing
this
games with the boys, honey.
relationship with this avatar Street Fighter Chung Li looking person.
Who ended up actually being a guy, and he didn't realize it.
No, he
did
no,
know.
he absolutely knew
Okay,
it,
yeah,
right? Because
they
that was
knew.
his best friend, and he would just would.
they were like, "Yeah, I'm online now." Like they would text each other, and then they would fight for half a second, and then they would just pound each other.
The episode progression was so funny because it's like as they started realizing, oh, this feels kind of good. They just go for it.
And he was like,
Good on
wait a
those.
second.
Good on those actors, man, to be able to follow through with that. Shit.
Yo,
It's wild.
But
Anyway, man, I don't know who would win in this. You know, like I said, I don't really know of any physical stuff from Elon Musk, but maybe he played rugby, maybe he did soccer, maybe he smoked weed on Joe Rogan.
That's all it is.
It's a great scene.
dude, you know,
I call it like a Rolling Stones moment. You know, in the late 60s, the Stones got arrested for drugs, and it made them huge. They're the bad boy band. And that's exactly what Elon did. He went out, he smoked pot with Joe Rogan, and he became the bad boy entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think a lot of people dug that when he did that. I know the Tesla stock took a plunge for a little bit,
I was disappointed.
but as they say, there's like no bad press. I think it went right back up again.
Yeah. Who you guys have your money on? Who do you feel? I like, even though Zuck has shown the proof, you know, he's done a tournament, he's done things with pro fighters. For some reason, I feel like Elon's gonna have something in his back fucking pocket, you know?
Maybe he's been fighting the whole time. We don't know anything about it. I would say, like, if he hasn't been fighting, it'd just be really hard because he seems like he's not in good shape. It doesn't seem like he's very physical at the moment, and he's even like admitted it. And there's pictures of him looking like he's very much out of shape. So now he has to not only get in shape, but he has to learn how to fight too. Unless he already knows how to fight. Maybe he has some sort of history, and he can kind of rely on some muscle rep memory to snap back into shape. I don't know, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing for Elon to quote like trying to troll somebody and saying like, yeah, let's do a cage fight. And then it's like, well, he said yes. So like, is there something behind him asking like, well, shit, if he says yes, I actually can handle myself. But like, I just can't, I don't know. I'm just kind of.
Is this in the UFC or is this like WWE?
And then, yeah, to say cage fight, I don't know, just kind of shows maybe a little bit more of like the lack of knowledge that he would have. And, you know, I don't know. It's such a like odd thing to say.
Right.
Dude, it's Elon Musk, man. This is the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, these people are fucking brilliant. So that's why I'm just like, when they say something like this, I'm like, y'all know moves are going to be made. Like when Zuck tweets, when Musk tweets, people pay attention. Like everyone's already talking about this. You got Dana White saying like, you got Andrew Tate saying, I'll train Elon. You got everybody talking about that shit. I feel like there is a plan, a brewing somewhere.
That's the next thing. So like, beef in hip hop was always great for everybody because it would just make both of them super popular. So I'm wondering if like the Teslas are gonna have like, you know, some kind of meta quest thing involved with them as well, to where you can just like put them on and drive anywhere while you're driving to work. You know what I mean? Like something weird where like, we got you. Actually, here's the new collaboration between Tesla and, you know, Facebook or some shit like that.
Power Project family, how's it going? Now, we've talked about blood work and getting your labs done on this podcast with many different guests, as that's super important for understanding what's going on underneath the hood. That's why we've been partnered with Merrick Health for such a long time now, owned by Derek for more plates, more dates. With Merrick Health, you can get yourself the Power Project panel, or you can select any specific labs you want to get. And after you get that done, you'll be able to work with one of Merrick's patient care coordinators, where they'll help you understand what type of nutritional, lifestyle, hormonal, or other type of interventions you can utilize to help fix whatever might be going on underneath the hood. Merrick is your one-stop shop to make sure that everything is going well underneath the hood. Andrew, how can they get their blood work done?
Yes, we have two options for you guys. Head over to merrickhealth.com/powerproject. That's MAREK health.com/powerproject. There you guys will see the Power Project panel that Nsima was just talking about. And at checkout, enter promo code PowerProject to save $101 off of that panel. Now, if you want to custom select your own panel, you guys can use promo code PowerProject10 to save 10% off all labs. Again, that's at merrickhealth.com/powerproject. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
I wonder, was there anything before any of this? Does anybody know? Like, was there some sort of previous beef that like led to Elon Musk even saying anything in the first place? I wonder if there was something that went down that caused that, or if he just like random, just a completely random thought. But yeah, you know, Musk, he says all kinds of outrageous shit. He talks about going to Mars, and he talks about how we might do it by like 2030. But there's a lot of speculation on whether we've even ever been to the moon or not.
Yeah, there are people who think the moon landing's fake.
Well, one of the things that's actually super interesting about it is the fact that it was like broadcast on television. That is really interesting.
That's true.
Because we can barely, like, I can't get my FaceTime on my phone to ever actually really work all that well. It's all sketchy and choppy, right, and shit like that.
Do you have something brewing right now? Because I know that you're great.
I'm disagreeing with him because
even streaming my stuff to my TV, which I live in Dixon. I'm not on the fucking moon.
Yeah.
It can be sketchy and choppy. I'm watching like a football game and it will like skip, you know?
Yeah.
And this was 1969. Like,
yeah, they had.
Man, was the moon landing fake?
They like barely had computers. Okay, so
they're in a studio somewhere.
I wish
and then we just stopped. Everybody just stopped going to the moon. Everyone just stopped their pursuit. All right, we're gonna get found out. Like technology is catching up. It's the 80s or whatever, 70s, whatever they stopped, 60s. We should just calm this thing down for a little while.
I love all the conspiracy theories behind that, but also like even just behind the moon itself. Like the fact that like it's always facing us in the same direction. Like every other anything that we've ever discovered is kind of rotating. And then the one that's right there that we could see, it's just always looking right at us. And again, I'm sorry. I know this to smart people, this sounds fucking stupid, but I love like reading some of these comments.
Yeah, the dark side of the moon. But the moon is still moving, but we're moving too.
Right, that's okay. But like, it's just funny that like that's the only one that we like.
Somebody will correct us in the comments. Thank you for that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Comment down below. Let us know what the fuck we're missing. Everything, but let us know what we're missing. Also, like, who do you have your money on? If you were to bet on Musk or Zuck, who would you currently have your money on?
Who do you think people like more? I think a lot. Seems like a lot. Seems like a lot of people like Elon Musk. Seems like he's more of a likable character. And then you throw in like Jeff Bezos, and seems like nobody really likes him for some reason. And then Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg, I think, is maybe like more popular now than he was. And I don't even know. Again, I don't know why. But yeah, some people just hate on these billionaire guys that have these wild and crazy ideas.
As Zuck's been doing more like podcasts, I think like because
people are understanding who he is. Yeah,
yeah, because like a lot of the time when you see him talk about like products, one joke that people always make is like, is he a human? Or is he a lizard man? Because like a lot of times he would be looking into the camera, and he's a great speaker, but it just seems like there's never anything. It's just stuff coming out. So people were like, is he from this earth? But like, as you know, I think it was the Lex Friedman podcast he did recently. I think it was Lex Friedman.
Yeah.
That was a really good episode.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Elon, that dude just says shit, and he owns Twitter, and he's a free speech guy, right? People like Elon Musk. I dig Elon Musk. I have Tesla stock.
I wonder who's smarter.
Dog.
Hard to figure out. More money.
Then Bezos would be smarter than all.
Well, Elon had the most amount for a while, right? He was making the most for a while. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, I don't know like accolades or whatever that Elon has had, but I mean, just from the movie The Social Network, it seemed like Zuckerberg was like super genius in college and stuff. So I don't know like if you were to put degrees against degrees or whatever, like I have no idea. But that's one metric, but that's not the only metric because I feel like. Again, I obviously I don't know anything about any of them, but I feel like Elon Musk can kind of like figure things out without going through traditional education versus Zuckerberg might be able to like learn everything and then write the textbook on how to fix whatever the problem is, So like they're both geniuses, just get to the end in different ways.
All right. So as far as net worth is concerned, Musk is at the top with $239.5 billion. Jeff is
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's all right. Jeff Bezos is at 150 bill. So I mean, already, he's ranked 3. Zuckerberg is the poorest of all of them. At least the poorest of the 3. It's 101 billion. Like,
can't even afford a ham sandwich.
Fucking loser, dog. Like, dude, up your game.
No wonder why he started jujitsu.
Or come on this podcast.
Or maybe he's just smarter because he's not claiming all that, so he doesn't get taxed on everything.
Hey,
right?
Yeah, I heard the like speaking of other conspiracy theories, like the richest people pay to make sure that nobody knows that they're like,
not on that list.
Yeah, they pay to be not on the list.
There's some motherfuckers in the Middle East with oil money that are richer than everybody, dog. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
they just don't have an IG account.
Exactly. Exactly.
I want to see like Elon Musk's his diet and his training. Like what was it before he made? What was it before he said this versus like what it needs to be for him to get in some sort of shape.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that Zuckerberg must have already been on top of it a little bit with competing and stuff.
The dude surfs.
Yeah.
No, like surfing is hard.
Surfing's brutal.
The amount of balance you need on like to like do that type of stuff.
And you only get up on the board for a little bit. No matter how good you are, you're like you ride a wave for like 8 to 10 seconds or something like that.
Some people longer. I think some people longer. It depends on how big a wave is. Yeah. But the cool thing about like Zuck is that him doing jujitsu is like it's getting that out to more people. It's showing that okay, a guy like this who does a bunch of other things can do some jujitsu, and anybody can do that. That's pretty damn dope. So it's cool to see more people getting into like fighting. It's wild.
Andy Stump on Joe Rogan at the end of the show, they were talking about like diet and getting in shape and strength training and all this stuff, and Andy Stump was like, I think every once in a while you should just try to choke somebody out. He's like, that's the best way to train. He's like, every once in a while just go to try to choke somebody. He's like, because he loves jujitsu. And I was like, that's interesting. Yeah, if you just like wrestle with somebody, it consumes a lot of energy.
It's one true way to like see if your skills are up to par. Like, can you strangle somebody that's fighting for their life? Like, if not, then fuck, you got to hit the mat some more.
Yeah, with like Musk and Zuckerberg, like if they were like play a game of horse or something, right? It's like It's not good enough. Or if they played a basketball game, like how many times have you seen a basketball game, like, just recreational basketball turn into like a fight? Because that's all it can that's all something that can escalate too.
That's it. Yeah.
Or even like football, even professional football. You'll see like the linemen going at it, and then someone hits somebody after the play, and all they can do to get their anger out is like continue to like fight. But if you get into a fight versus just, playing the sport of football, like the guy that is really good at football, he could very well get his ass kicked.
Yeah. And then what is it about being at a fight, like an MMA event, a boxing event? But if somebody in the crowd starts fighting, literally everybody doesn't care anymore about the fight that they all paid to come watch. They want to see what's going on over here with the two just like average dudes fighting. It's so funny.
Fuck Mayweather. Like I want to see these two drunk guys go at it.
Even Mayweather will stop and pay attention.
I think the danger of it, and not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah. Even if they're inexperienced, it's still fun to see like, oh, y'all about to go at it? World star. Let's go,
I hope it doesn't turn into like some boxing thing where they got big pillows on their hands and headgear and stuff. I hope if they do it, I hope they, like get inside a UFC cage or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we don't want those guys to actually get hurt.
Right.
Like, we want Tesla to do pretty well. We want that shit to keep progressing. And VR shit that Mark's doing, I want that to continue. So, hey, don't
Could you
fuck
imagine
yourself up.
if they fought each other and someone died or something crazy like that?
If someone accidentally like slams someone and boom, there goes.
Something happens.
That would.
You have a clip of Dana White talking about it?
Yeah.
I wonder if Dana White will promote it.
This is from TMG Sports.
Can we be excited about this? Is there a possibility this is really going to happen?
Well, just to give some clarification. So what he said is Mark Zuckerberg responded with "send me location," which is something that Habib Nurmagomedov says when people challenge him. So that was what "send me location" meant. And I was talking to both Elon and Mark last night. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this.
Now, wait. Tell us why you say that.
Because they both said, yeah, we'll do it. They both want to do it. Mark Zuckerberg hit me up first and said, is he serious? And I said, I don't know. Let me ask him. I asked him and he said, yeah, I'm dead serious. Obviously for this, and I agree with you, Harvey, this would be the biggest fight ever in the history of the world.
He's already promoting it.
Bigger than anything that's ever been done. It would break all pay-per-view records. These guys would raise, hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. And, you don't have to be a fight fan to be interested in this fight. Everybody would want to see it.
You would be at the helm here. So is this something you're taking seriously? Is it something you're already trying to organize? Give us a lowdown.
So, yeah, I'm taking it very. Lorenzo Fertitta called me this morning. Station Casinos in Las Vegas is putting a lineup on this today.
Oh my gosh!
And yeah, I'm taking it. Listen, if these guys are serious, I make fights that people want to see. That's what I do for a living. So if they really want to do it and they're serious, and we can figure it out and figure out a way to pull this off, I would absolutely positively do this.
Look, we've seen Zuckerberg doing. Look, he can fight. I mean, by the accounts of people he's been training with. Well, we've seen it. He's been in contests. He can fight. But does Elon have any combat sports background, or is he just going in winging it?
Mark takes the sport very seriously. He trains very hard. He actually is good at jiu-jitsu. He's good at stand-up. And Elon tells me that he's done martial arts. He's done jiu-jitsu. And he says, people might not think this of me, but I've been plenty of fights growing up in South Africa.
Oh, there we go.
So is this?
I wonder if, with the comment of him saying that Elon Musk has been in fights, when he was a kid. That's interesting. But then he also did say that Elon Musk has also done jiu-jitsu. So you would think that, if he has fought as a kid and he's done some jiu-jitsu, you would believe that he would be smart enough and understand. And plus, having Joe Rogan as a friend of his and stuff like that, that he would understand and respect jiu-jitsu enough to know that that's something you can't just, hope that your street toughness survives it. Now, you do have to also point out that jiu-jitsu is not mixed martial arts. Like it makes up a small segment of it. And if someone doesn't know how to do anything against jiu-jitsu, then they could be in a lot of trouble. But if someone and this is easier said than done, but if somebody just will not allow you to take them down, if they learn how to sprawl and they learn how to wrestle, I don't think you're not going to be able to really show your jiu-jitsu unless the guy gets tired at some point.
Yeah.
And unless your jiu-jitsu is good enough to where you can trick the guy or bait the guy into something. Otherwise, you got to try to take him down.
You're exactly right. Like, that's why it could just absolutely turn into a scrap. So, like, even though Mark Zuckerberg's good at jiu-jitsu, he's done it for a bit, he's still new, right? He's probably, I don't know how much more he's been doing.
Sprawl, Elon, sprawl.
Right? Like, maybe those fights as a kid, maybe he just knows how to fight. Because, like, at a certain point, like, you know,
unfortunately, he was abused a lot as a kid, too. He's talked about that a lot before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be able to go to a dark spot if necessary.
Yo.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe Zuck keeps it on the...
Look at those combos, though.
Yeah.
Man. Like, I mean, they're just fucking around, but, like, look at those combos. Zuck's got hands, man. Woo.
Yeah, and if Musk has experience with jiu-jitsu, maybe then Zuck stays away from the ground and he strikes. Yeah, but that's the size difference, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Comment down below and let us know what you guys think. Who you got your money on? Let us know what you think we're trying.
All right, I'm going with Musk after hearing about his background.
He fought a sumo wrestler.
Plus, he definitely weighs more.
Way more.
A lot more. That's one thing. It's like, this man isn't going to have to really cut much for the fight.
Yeah, they're going to have like a catch weight or something.
Good luck.
Who you got, Andrew?
Man. I am going to go for the smaller guy in jiu-jitsu because I love jiu-jitsu and that's what I'm going to stand next to. And he's probably going to do one of those fancy, like, I don't know, they're like the ankle pick thing where he spins upside down and he grabs the ankle and he's just going to fucking heel hook him and game over.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. don't heel hook Elon Musk.
But a heel hook, he still has all his, mental capacity. Nobody really gets too hurt.
It goes my man's knee, man.
Yeah, well,
You're right, though.
He has a Tesla to drive him around.
Yeah. Be great if these guys were like, yeah, we'll fight, under the UFC, but it's no holds barred, no rules at all. No gloves, bare knuckle.
Biting's legal.
Yeah. Punching the balls I think you can punch the balls anyway.
I don't know.
Do you remember that? Like, it was like the first or second UFC when the guy just kept getting pounded on the nuts.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was good.
And he just fucking gave up because his fucking balls
He's
were...
like, this sucks. He's in some weird position with his legs open for some reason.
His nutsack was ground beef. It's just horrible.
And I mean, I saw some of that early UFC because that Andy Stunt podcast, that shit was wild.
Oh,
early
yeah,
UFC was just like, it was the fucking Wild West. That's fun.
Yeah, strongman used to be that way too. Like, they used to have pro wrestlers and pro football players. And there would be like occasional guy that was like way more into the strength training thing, but I think it was fun back then because you didn't really know what was going to happen. You're like, what happens when this offensive lineman pulls this train down the street? Oh
my God.
1, 2.
Let me rewind it because you guys missed this one. But then, okay, so
that's not
there is some technique involved.
He's holding his hand there too. Like,
yeah, but watch this though. See, he's trying to go for like a lame guillotine, and he could have probably given him like an idiot choke. But then check this out. He goes and he starts he grips his fucking tighty whities there. Watch. He just fucking pounded.
He just keep pounding right in the nuts.
Why are we watching this?
Because you guys talked about it, and he's just still going.
That man can't have any children. Like, at this
point,
point,
he's done for.
His baby making is over.
Look at that.
I think the guy who's pounding him in the nuts is the guy that doesn't have a pec too.
Dog, is this on loop? It has to be on.
Okay,
it's on loop.
It is now. Damn it! I thought this was the full version. So at the end, what happens is he grabs his. He grabs like a weird like grip on his trunks, I guess we'll say.
Yeah.
And he just goes again, and then finally the guy just like, dude, please no more, and he calls it there.
That's not cool.
Take us on out of here, Andrew.
On that note, thank you everybody, and like Nsima said, please drop those comments down below. Give us your guys' predictions for this fight, assuming that it does actually happen. Let's just pretend that it is. Let us know who you guys got, so that way we can go back and see who called it from the jump. And make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and follow the podcast at MB Power Project all over the place. My Instagram is at I am Andrew Z. Nsima, where you at?
Discord is down below. Let us know if you guys. Let us know what you guys think. Join the community there. Nsima Inyang on Instagram and YouTube. Nsima Inyang on TikTok and Twitter. Mark.
I'm at Mark Smelly Bell. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Catch you guys later. Bye.
So you guys just heard us talking about some non-fighters fighting, but how about a fighter, Chael Sonnen, fighting with us about Andrew Huberman? Chael said that Andrew's lying about shit. It's kind of weird. So check out this podcast. It's kind of funny. It's pretty interesting. And Chael's a dick. I'm joking. Chael's great. Come on, Chael. Come to the podcast.